Welcome back to Off the Desk with Steve and Tom, co-host. Steve, my name is Tom, and we've got a special guest today, Beacho, Matthew Beauchamp. How you doing, mate?
Good,
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Why don't you tell everyone a bit about what you do, who you are, and why you're sitting here?
I've known you boys for quite some time, since school days.
Actually, grade 8 rugby, I reckon. We really...
Like
Offenside flanker, and I was a little halfback, mate, so yeah.
Didn't do great at protecting you.
You did. I didn't do great playing either, so yeah, I think you were coasting and I was doing the absolute best I could, so that was kind of the
Sort of met in the middle.
These days, life insurance advice.
Yep.
So it's financial planning business that specialises in life insurance advice, which is weird.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, financial planners steer away from the life insurance.
Yep.
Not because of complications, but I guess cost to serve. It's not everyone's cup of tea. So we've pivoted the other way, and it's starting to flourish for us.
Yeah, good.
It's been good.
It does feel like the planners want to do the more sexy stuff. Like, hey, let's build wealth and let's do this and all that. And they, we'll do your insurances, but it's not our focus, you know? What made you guys pivot towards that more?
So 3 business partners.
Yep.
So 4 of us in total. Myself, the old man, Paul, Mark, my brother, and Timmy.
Your adopted brother.
The adopted brother. The old man finished playing professional football when he was younger and pretty much got poached into the life insurance space, and it was a very salesy job back then.
Yeah,
which it's probably looked at as sales still, but it's not as much. It's more educational. A lot of people know what it is these days.
Sure.
It's not cold calling and door knocking like then. So it's easier when you have a Darren Lockyer come or give you a call and come and sit in my living room and sell me life insurance, as opposed to a Matt Beauchamp.
Yeah,
sure. Come and sit in my room. So they poached a lot of ex-footy players or people that they saw on TV or that were more well known than the average person, and got them selling life insurance.
Is that good?
So he's been doing it now for probably pushing 50 years, like 47 years, I'd say, giving advice. And he built a pretty good practice, and that's when I rolled in, Timmy rolled in, Mark came over. So
Got the whole crew.
The A team.
Yeah, giddy up. And take us back a bit. So when you were going through school, obviously your old man was running his own business.
Yeah.
Were you always like, one day I want to run my own? Were you always like, I want to join that? Or were you going to go gallivant around the world?
No, it's funny. Like, we didn't know what he did going through school. He did a lot of property developments. So my brother thought he was he was a primary school and whatnot. But my brother thought he was a builder. Right. He'd go to work with his suit and tie on. He thought he was a builder. So he's not the smartest. Damn, you guys know that. But I thought he was a property developer. We didn't really talk about it at home. It's not a riveting topic around the dinner table to talk about life insurance and paying claims and whatnot. So we just didn't really ever think about it or ask the question, which sounds weird, but Mark left school into a trade doing plumbing.
Yeah.
And then I followed his footsteps and became a plumber straight out of school.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
You did a plumber?
Yeah.
How was that?
I can't plumb.
Oh man, you beat me to it. I was like, can you still do it?
I got called back. I got called back from schoolies. I had to leave my new boss because I got a job straight out of school with who I was doing the school-based stuff with, and schoolies was on. And I was like, can I?
Mate, just give me a week.
Yeah, can I play a week after schoolies? He's like, no, you start the day after. I was like, oh, this is pretty rugged, this lifestyle. I call in sick. I got no sick days. First day at work. He's like, you start the day after. I was just a shell of a man, or a boy. I say a shell of a boy at that, going and getting people smoke. couldn't even swallow a chip with some gravy on it. Well, that's after a week at school. But,
how good. And why the change there? Why you just the opportunity came up?
It was sort of a like he didn't poach us in any way. I went on a trip with him. It was a work trip overseas. One of his sort of partners fell out last minute. He was like, "Do you want to come? It's a free ticket. You're overseas." Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And then just sort of ask him more questions and around what he does, and it seemed pretty awesome, and it was a good time in my life. We didn't have kids, didn't have any debt. I was about to finish my trade. Like, if I wanted to go back, I could at that stage.
Yep.
Like, if I didn't like it, so I just thought I'd give it a crack.
Yeah.
And it was a good choice from there. I guess that didn't look back. So
Yeah, I mean, I think people say that like the worst outcome of that is that you go back to doing what you're doing anyway.
yeah,
Like when people are worried about taking a risk or taking a jump, it's like if it doesn't work out, you're back plumbing anyway.
yeah,
And if you don't do it, you're plumbing. So like the risk isn't, in my opinion, that big. I'm not like, risk is like whatever. We've got to take risks to keep going.
Yeah.
So good on you.
I take a lot of risks, as you know. But
We get along like
I
that.
since then have let the plumbing license lapse, so I can't go back.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
Well, I mean, how long
stuck
have you
in the
been
world
doing
of
insurance? How long ago was that this
It'll
year?
be 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's probably okay then.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
still-
pretty safe. Well, AI.
You're not still like, hey, if plumbing.
No, AI is going to take my
Yeah.
job. That's fine. I'm
And
safe
you
for
might-
another 2 years.
So you can go back and do your plumbing license.
Do the trade again
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, cool, mate. And what do you think Paulie was like when you were interested in coming on board? Was he into it?
Yeah, that would I think it would have been pretty exciting for
Yeah.
him. Like
Father, son?
yeah, and like there probably wasn't a position there.
Yeah.
And he created one, but I think it's worked for everyone.
Yeah.
Since then, so it's quite the business being a family business, apart from Timmy, but like it's brother's a business partner, my dad's a business partner, my sister's been there longer than I have with the old man, and she's now the head of our claims team. And then Lani, my younger sister, has joined us and started studying. So it's a full family affair, which can be good and can have its troubles. That's
Can
why.
relate. I can relate to those troubles in particular.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I like it, and I think Paul would probably look back and be like, "This is awesome." And do you think Mark joined because of you? Like, what drove Mark?
I gave him, because we go on surf trips every couple of years, and I used to get into his ear. Like, as Beauchamps, we have bad backs, like, and fair skin, and like it's not plumbing outside. And labour intensive jobs aren't ideal for us long term.
Right.
Like, and Mark's had skin things cut out of his skin, issues with his back, and I just got into him.
So you
Like,
say-
just give it a dick. I saved his
saved
life.
it. Let the
pretty
record
much.
show you
Yeah,
saved it.
thank you.
You are.
And just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Same thing. He had a lot more to lose. He had 2 kids, probably a mortgage, so it would have been a lot harder for him to make the decision. But like, we were always going to back him, but it's still a big change. From trade to office life. It's
Learn a new profession.
Yeah.
A bigger jump. But I mean, he'd seen you do it.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
it's
probably like, if Matt can do it, I can do it.
as much as I thought we were very similar people growing up as well, being business partners, we've realised how different we really are.
Yeah.
How different I am, really.
Yeah.
To how anyone, my wife has put it.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see myself in the mirror a bit there.
Yeah. So it's been handy because like we've all got different roles, and it sort of naturally
Nice.
happened over course throughout the business. So
Do you disagree on things? What do you do? Is it like a Paulie trumps everyone, or what's the rulings? Or you're sort of pretty good. Everyone kind of meets at a middle.
we're pretty good,
Cool.
and that's where Timmy's the level-headed
Good.
person that can
Yeah, yeah.
can make everyone relate. So, yeah, we get there in the end.
Good. Yeah.
I guess it's not always, you're not always going to agree.
100% agree, absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure you guys.
Yeah, I think the different personalities is such a pro and such a positive when you're running a business. You know, we speak to heaps of other business owners that are just one-man shows.
Yeah.
And making a decision with yourself is challenging, you know, because you think that's the only way to go. Whereas you get someone else's perspective. I mean, Steve and I are chalk and cheese in business, but it works so well together, you know, like what you guys are going on. So I think it's such a positive to have.
Well, because I'd just go gun. I'd say yes to everything. And then you just get burnt. I'd get burnt along the way. And then
probably win a few times as well, wouldn't you?
And they'd be big wins.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe big losses, but no.
It sounds like I'm treating a life like a poker machine.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to run. So you need to have the level head of people.
So, yeah. It's a good mix. Yeah. I think the four of you as well is a good mix. So.
Yeah. And I guess with our business, it's four business owners, and then Claire, my wife, who you guys know well, has stepped in as our GM as well. So the benefit there is we used to have these director meetings. We'll catch up and have all these great ideas, and then we'd just implement nothing and just go back to seeing clients and just back on that same hamster wheel. Whereas now, Claire keeps us accountable and actually actions things for the business, which is helping us grow a lot smoother and quicker.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of an add-on.
Yeah, epic, mate. How do you juggle the family life then as well, mate? If Claire's working,
we work
full time, I suspect.
Work and live.
Yep.
And raise 3 kids together. It's look, for me, it's a lot easier living with and working with Claire.
Yeah.
But to live and work with me is a different story. Like it's like.
She got the challenge. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, like when first couple of weeks when we were working together, and she's like, are you like this? Like, I thought you were just like this at home. This is you all the time. Like, you need a straight jacket or something. Like, you need to get medicated. It's been good though. Like, it's nice. Like, you get to, occasionally go out for lunch, kid free. Like, you're going back to work, but it's still, it's good perks to it. There's also the downfalls. Like, she can see where I'm actually going, and so going for some beers with Timmy on the Friday arvo or something. And it's like, it wasn't really a meeting over at Red Hill. It was actually across the road at Timmy Stocky with Timmy. But no, it's good. And I think it's good. Like with the kids, they're in the young now, but I like seeing how hard we work and together. And building something all together. I think it's good that they get to see that work, as long as it keeps working the way it is.
Keep on.
Then we'll blindfold them.
I never know.
Cool, mate. So look, for the everyday person out there, we get in a sessional world, risk insurance, personal insurance, all that sort of stuff. But what for someone driving their car, not understanding this, what the hell do you actually do? Like, what is the insurances? How do you work? Give us a rundown.
Yeah, so most people, you hear about insurance through the, like the UEs and the compare the market sort of stuff. Alternatively to that, you're hearing it from a financial advisor. The issue is, I heard a stat recently, there's probably 150 life insurance specialists in Australia now that only focus on life insurance advice. Now they've made everyone in the industry do a financial planning degree. Now doing 8 subjects and one of them being life insurance, it's not that appealing for someone to come out of uni and go, oh, I'm going to do that one.
Sure.
Like the least sexy of all financial planning. It's hard to go down that avenue. So, what was the question? What do I do?
Yeah.
We a big part of it has been pairing up with like small to medium tier fin planning practices now that like mortgage brokers, accounting firms, and just being a conduit for their clients or an add-on service for their clients to come in and offer life insurance, TPD, income protection.
And what is life insurance? What is TPD?
So life insurance, your brown bread or your terminal, it'll pay out a lump sum to your estate or the beneficiaries.
Can't choose how much that is?
Yeah,
right.
You can.
And just
or we would give you advice or a suggestive amount on what we'd recommend.
Right.
And
what's the other ones you said? TPD,
income. Critical illness, income protection. A lot of those, most people either have default through the super fund or if not, they've gone out and sourced it themselves. So and it happens more often now than it did years ago. Like you'd meet with people and they'd have just what they got in their super, but they're not even aware they've got it, sort of thing. So now a lot of, especially younger people, are more aware of it and are open to being like actioning it and taking cover out themselves. So
that's good.
Which is good. You know, as I said before, you don't come into a meeting and it's full salesy.
Yeah.
Like Paul
they know they
needs
need
to do in a living room, you know.
Sure. And Lockyer and everyone.
Yeah.
What about Will, our producer? Do you have life insurance, TPD, income protection?
No.
As a younger generation?
I don't.
Yeah. See, I still
in your super.
Wouldn't know.
No.
Self-employed, mate. We don't pay ourselves.
Yeah.
But I still think I reckon people are more aware of it now, but I reckon that there's a lot out there that don't. Yeah.
Yeah. And the issue is there's not enough people to tell us in Australia.
Yeah.
Because people just, like most fin planners, just don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's like underwriting's hard. Everyone's sick.
Yeah.
Like mental health's huge.
Yeah.
There's every second person has ADD.
Of course.
Not that means you can't get cover.
Yeah.
But it does mean you're going to have alternate terms. Like you're not going to have standard cover.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a lot of people don't want to have that conversation with their clients. So it becomes too hard and then scope it out. Whereas it's been a big opening for us to then come in and say, we'll do it for your clients. So there's no risk on you or liability.
Yeah.
We'll look after your client and we won't touch the investment side of things.
Yeah.
Which gives them comfort as well that someone's not going to steal the client off the investments. But our issue is then finding talent. Like you can't. No one's coming out of uni going, I want to
sell life insurance.
Life insurance. That's the greatest career ever. So for 2 years until AI takes over.
Yeah. Not to worry about that when it gets here, right?
Well, probably a good transition. What is AI to you guys at the moment? What are you seeing? What are you excited about? What are you scared about?
Well, there's heaps. Like I can see it. Like I can have a nightmare and it completely replaces you, or you utilize it and use that to grow. And that's sort of Mark's role.
Yeah.
In our business, like he's just been able to come in and he understands that stuff. I don't really get it.
Sure.
I sit back and hope that something that he does is going to work. But it does. Like it streamlines. You guys would use stuff front to end. Like it streamlines nearly everything we do.
Yeah.
You just got to know which one to use. I guess there's so many out there.
Yeah, and try and use it for a benefit, for a positive outcome that can really help. And if it helps us, it helps our clients, right? And that's how we see it. So, but I mean, it's a scary thought of what it might do one day, but we're not there yet. So let's just go enjoy the ride.
We've got a bit of time.
Yeah, hopefully,
I think it's coming a little slower than what everyone thought, is my view. But again, I'm old, so maybe it won't. But
like the best part, it's replacing all the mundane stuff that we had to do, like the file notes from meetings, and it's just assisting us with breaking that down and
100% great lines.
And just getting rid of a lot of things that you might have forgotten through a meeting or or you don't want to mention in a file note, and so things that can be added and swapped, and it's just it helps. For a brain like mine, it helps a lot.
Yeah. Ties it down.
Yeah.
Nice. If you could share a little bit, now you don't have to share any details, but I think it'd be awesome to hear like a bit of a client experience, a bit of a client story of maybe something that went wrong and how you guys stepped up to help, or one that's maybe stuck with you that's cool. Because
thinking there was one.
It's a pretty hectic job.
There was one recently, and this guy's fairly young. You know, he's early 40s. Went to get a skin check. His dermatologist would tell him every couple of years he'd send him off to get bloods, which I thought was strange. I've never heard of a dermatologist doing that. Anyway, he's gone and done it. Some readings have come back quite low on certain things. He's gone, that's strange. You should probably go and get a colonoscopy or get checked out here. Got that, all clear, endoscopy, all clear. And these readings just kept getting lower and lower. He's fit, nothing wrong with him. Like, he wasn't having any issues, wasn't drowsy. Got pushed down the corridor to another specialist who made him swallow a camera, and it takes like 150,000 photos over 24 hours as it makes its way through.
You're a half medical professional as well, aren't you now?
And there was a section.
Just follow the whole thing, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's
hectic.
Until back out. And then a section that the colonoscopy doesn't reach, and then the endoscopy didn't reach. He had like a 10 centimetre stretch of cancerous polyps. And so they removed it. It was all good, but they're pretty intensive, like going through his stomach, like no symptoms, like, and without that removed or picked up, like without his dermatologist, I guess, getting him to get those bloods, he wouldn't be in a good way and potentially wouldn't be here. And he's got three young kids.
Oh yeah.
That then pushed me, like, we've always been like, never go to a doctor. Don't go to a doctor, don't tell a doctor anything, like, which is just, that's not what you should be doing. You should always go to a doctor.
As a family, or what do you mean by that?
No, like Timmy and Mark and I, like, never go to doctors.
Yeah.
If you're sick, just
tough it out.
Yeah. I don't care what's coming out of you. Just
you're right.
Pat it down.
Yeah.
Like, and then that client, that meeting, that changed my perspective on it, because like he was young, no symptoms, and pretty much it ended up bowel cancer. So I went and got all the checks.
Yeah, good on you.
All the checks except for the head. Okay.
Yeah, no, head's fine.
Keep those noises to yourself.
But I think that's important, and it seems like it can seem like a waste of time at our age to do all that, but example 8, you may as well make sure you're right.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Yeah, like you hear more and more, especially bowel cancer, you're hearing that more and more of the age brackets coming down of when people are getting it. So,
because you're not told to actually get that screen until you're
50, 40, 45.
I put the post up. That's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, put in the post. A little bag to pooing. I was like, is it?
Which is,
Do you put the poo bag back in the post?
No, I don't know. When it comes through its afternoon, I'll let you know. Because I'll be 2 years.
I sent it back.
You did send it?
No. So take it to like Solomon Middle East or something. You shove it back in.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't know. Bitch, and I'll tell you 2 years before it's your turn.
Thanks, man. You guys are old ads. That's
how
right.
it looks. So we'll hear now, man.
Yeah, right. And that kind, like, I assume they get some sort of payout, do they? Because they have.
Yeah, so that ended up being a critical illness claim.
Right. And what does that actually look like? Like, for people who don't understand your world.
So it's a lump sum tax-free payment.
Right.
And there's about 42 different conditions.
Oh, okay.
The biggest ones, or the most, like, I guess what the contract was created around, was cancer, heart, stroke.
Right.
And then it's just evolved over time.
Yep.
It used to just be those.
It's quite a significant amount of money. Like, I'm taking
it just depends on what you insure for. So you can max up to industry-wide to 2 mil.
Wow.
It gets it, like, it's paid personally. You can't own it through the super. It can get expensive the older you get.
But like, you know, when you go through something like that, you don't want to have to worry about sick days at work and
No.
you're going to meet your bills. Like, it's super important.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to worry about is finances when you're going through
It's
surgery like that.
that policy sort of created around covering unforeseen medical costs or medicines, or, you know, if your spouse wants to take time off work and
Sure.
and cover that income sort of thing. So, it's a good policy. We'd pay, on average, we've worked out it's sort of one a month through our office. Wow. We'd handle for critical illness.
So you don't, like, unless you work in it, you don't really hear that actually happens.
No.
But you see it once a month.
Yeah.
You know, if that claim, they'll learn other claims probably, you know.
And then last year we did about, across the board, we did about 8.5 mil in claims.
Wow.
And that's life cover as well, but
Sure. Significant amount of money.
The most common is a critical illness.
Yeah, right. Like
apart from income protection.
Like a cancer or
cancer, heart attack, Parkinson's, sort of on diagnosis, it's paid.
Wow. So apart from income, you said income's more.
Income's more because you can have, you know, you get a chippy that breaks his leg.
Oh yeah.
He's off for 3 months, and then claim starts, claims off, sort of thing. But whereas these ones of the lump sums and like the bigger payments, critical illness is the biggest one.
Right.
Pretty grim, actually, that when you're having a meeting with someone, this is what you should have.
Sure.
Yeah. This is why.
I mean, but you got the examples there and the life-changing memos that it provides. I mean, that's what it's there for.
No, it's good.
People can
and
appreciate that.
It's a good, like, as weird as it sounds, it's a good feeling to pay a claim.
Yeah, for sure.
To a family, like, especially in need, like, it, you know, that it's not always a good like they're in a shit situation and they give you a call to tell you about it. So it's to being able to get it done and execute it quickly as well, and just get the money in their account. It's good.
Nice. And as pain free as possible, I'm sure, through your claims team.
Yeah.
All right, let's spin it around a bit. That was very nice. Thank you for talking about insurance, but I want to go more to like the entrepreneur world. So tell me a bit about you run this business, what you've learned in this day and age of trying to run a business, trying to go to that next level as well. You've obviously elevated the business since you've come on board 15 years ago, of course. But like, what's it like running a business day to day in this sort of climate? Any tips, any tricks for those playing at home? What do you got?
I just run by the seat of my pants, man. I like. Yeah, I actually.
It's a good
example. I hold my breath a lot and just go. So there's not much to my thought process. Let me tell you, I think you know that.
But it's a unique.
It's a unique question.
Entrepreneur. I'll take it off. Yeah.
It is a unique way of you operating though compared to other business owners, because you just work. That's what you mean by
Yeah.
You work hard. You work long hours, and you love to be challenged around things and just like, I'm going to work my way out of this.
Yeah.
Is that how you sort of perceive yourself? Or?
It's been yes. We don't mind a little bit of healthy competition.
Sure.
Which, as mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of it. But it's good now being a practice that people can work with and actually see it works, like for other businesses, whether it's accounting firms or mortgage brokers or thin planners where it wasn't working for them and they sort of just blew it off, where we can tack on now and actually make it flourish for them and us. So it's been a good way to be able to build the business. Whether or not that's a disadvantage to the community of there's not a lot of us, but it's helped.
Or Beaulife's a good one, so if anyone needs anyone.
Yeah.
Good play.
Reach out.
And because you're one of the bigger insurance-specific providers, aren't you?
I'd say in Queensland, I say we would.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to know numbers, I don't know if many insurers are going to disclose who else is out there.
There's not a leaderboard for you to compare to, is there?
But it would be a benefit to be able to then like partner with people that didn't want to do it.
Yes.
I
something.
Might actually think of it.
No, it's
Reach
okay.
out to some insurers. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mate, good one. And then on the personal front, what do you do to keep the head sane, knowing that it's jumps around a bit?
I got into that running a bit.
You did. I remember.
With
As
you boys
Ned
when we were in
That
that
running a bit. I love
the
it.
old school office.
And we're watching Ned run across the country. I think I've never seen you more motivated.
Yeah, that's right. That was good. It's not for me. Running's it's not
The
for
knees,
me.
the
The knees hurt.
Running's
but
for everyone, mate.
it's this. There's a lot of time, and you're
There's
in there.
there's so much.
You don't even wear it.
Not always headphones. No,
Yeah,
yeah, some runs I do, but
He's different, man.
I try and go to the gym, spend time with the family. Claire will probably laugh at that. It's like,
Oh, do you?
no, yeah, what family?
do you,
Is there another family?
do you map it out? Is it like I'll do gym in the morning? I'll do
Yeah, we have.
yeah.
It's handy having an organised wife. Like
Yes.
she has the times that she'd like to go and do exercise, and then I'll have my time. So the benefit, like there's a sauna in the gym that I go to. So if I really can't be bothered to do anything sort of exercise, I'll just sing it out. Yeah, and that helps.
Yeah,
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Your wife plans out your gym schedule.
Yeah. Well, my life, mate.
Yeah. I'll say it, really.
That's good.
Except for beers on a Friday for lunch. Or maybe she cleans that too.
That could, but
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
It's just in there.
She's done it again. Yeah. Lovely.
Man, we often see clients, just bring it back to business, that's cool. We often see clients that are doing something really well and they want to add another service. You know, they want to add an extra thing or they want to do more.
Yeah.
You guys have gone the opposite way and you've niched up and really nailed this one thing and you're really good at it. Do you think there's a right or wrong answer to that? Or what pushed you towards...
No, but I don't think there's a right or wrong, but like we were doing the full holistic financial planning, I guess you'd call it, but we weren't really. Like we weren't good at it at all. So
Sure.
it was a disservice to the clients. And a lot of the time you were bringing them on or you're bringing a super on so you could get their insurance. It wasn't a great outcome for anyone involved. So like we were terrible at charging fees. Like we were just used to the commission. Like it wasn't it wasn't for us. So we sort of scrapped it, went risk only, and that benefited. And I think it just depends on the nature of the business. Like some of them are awesome and they're the one-stop shop and they've got, a full team that does insurance or one that does super investments, like, and they can do it. But
Probably accounting and...
everything.
Solicitor, like they...
To get everything on.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't for us, and we couldn't see how we would ever get there.
And since you made that decision, your business is elevated?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. And for that main reason, I guess we're no threat to financial advisors now. Like you used to be because we had farm under management. So it was now that they're like, take the insurance and we'll both have that client. Like and it's a breath of fresh air for them, I think. So it's good, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, good.
One last question. Oh, yeah.
What about how
You got a question, bro?
you got how'd you get that name?
Is that you?
It's a catchy name.
Well, I think it was you, right? Yeah.
Were we at Machete having a coffee?
I think we were,
That
and you
sounds-
said you should be the Kelly brothers.
Yeah.
Could we just be like Kelly Brothers? or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were a big reason why we went out and did our own business, so...
Critical to our inception, mate. Remiss of us not to say. So.
Yeah.
Even before we started, we caught up.
The office is a lot better.
It's a little different now.
than the one.
Yeah.
No, we had your little back office where we shared our whole team in the...
Yes.
in one
that one desk.
Hey, that was good, mate, from humble beginnings.
I think we were there for a year and a half. It's beautiful now. If only we were there now. We've done it. It's wonderful.
But
As soon as we left, you're like, all right, now let's fix it
Now
up.
we can do it.
We wait.
That's pretty much work. But yeah, year and a half, mate. Special start in your office.
Yeah.
We've had you guys directly. Like, it's been a pretty awesome connection that we're grateful for, mate. So
that was good. It was a good move.
Yeah.
You boys.
Well,
I'm very happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us a nudge. Yeah, well, I didn't need to give Steve a nudge. I was always in. I was always.
Steve was.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
It
it's tough.
It is.
Being where you were.
Yeah, mate. I've been plumbing, you know.
Yeah.
Plumbing, bang, mate. Things
Yeah,
were good,
well.
mate. Yeah, I had kids and a mortgage, so mate, it was a big jump. So
Big jump.
Tom had the same, but it wasn't a big jump for him.
Nah,
so
nah,
mate,
my
it's still
first-
relative.
In month
Tom
time,
doesn't think about things.
No,
Seven
it's
months.
Yeah, it's all good.
second month of business is when I had my firstborn.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
that's you wouldn't do that unless you asked probably.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
into it.
yeah.
I've done that. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Here we are.
One last question I like to ask everyone: favorite movie of all time?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
What came to my first?
Training day.
Okay, hell yeah.
Only because I was showing my little sister this morning. She's never seen it.
Oh,
What?
it's rude.
It's rude, isn't it?
She shouldn't be allowed to star as like a.
Yeah. She has to watch it.
Delay.
It's like to Beaulife, you have to watch Training.
There's a lot on that, but that's a good list.
Yeah.
You get a good top 10, I reckon.
Yeah. You want to fire a couple others, or
What
just
does
want to
Wally
stick
do?
with? What did he do?
Something
Do you know what
creative,
Sammy Hall said for his favourite movie? How good's your memory?
Yeah, he said a
Step brother.
Good Will Hunting.
Oh,
Go hunting it was.
It was.
Yeah, it's hard doing numbers. Yeah, Yeah, I've got to like that. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Bicho. Thanks so much. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks,
Thanks,
See you later, mate.